Good evening from the shop, ladies and gentlemen. Yep, we have added another new face to the fleet. 1958 John Deere 420. We know it's a 58 because of the slanted steering wheel and the throttle lever coming off to this side. And check that out. That is not a lie either, folks. This is a factory power steering tractor. Fresh, brand new tonight. Folks kind of, I guess you could say they snuck a sunrise past a rooster on this one because I had no idea. I did not know a damn thing about it until about an hour ago. Pretty decent little machine, and for the money we gave for it, it's really nice, especially considering the fact that it's a power steering tractor. It's still 6 volt, starts on it just fine. I'm not going to try and start it up in this video. I'll do that outside somewhere. It runs okay. Doesn't run stellar. Well, doesn't really run up to my standards, I'll say. I'm not sure about that carburetor. I don't know if that's the biggest part of me does not think that's a 420 carburetor, but it runs on it. However, it seems to idle pretty fast, and I ain't real sure what all this spring and stuff is about. But and it does have a little bit of a leak. The power steering unit is kind of dribbly on it. It's got a good seat, which, you know, it's something Peggy always asks about. What kind of shape's the seat in on it? Well, this one's got a good one. And it's got matching rubber, front and rear. I don't know what kind of tires these are or were originally. They are quite old. They're weather checked. They're 616s. Custom services. Custom service is what they say on them. They're a, what breed are these tires? I'm not sure, but the maximum speed on them, if you can read that, 10 miles an hour. Yeah. It has had the engine replaced at some point in its life because the paint on the engine does not match the paint on the torque tube. And of course, the sheet metal has been redone. Very, very straight sheet metal, though. This is probably one of the straightest 420s I have ever seen. Got a really nice medallion on it still, too. I don't know if it's original or has been replaced, but it's in very good shape. Very good shape. The fenders are not correct for it. I think these fenders probably either came off of a Ford or an Allis-Chalmers. I mean, they look the part and they fit the purpose, but they're not the right shape. We've got a good set of fenders, though. 13628 rear rubber on power adjust wheels. Has dual touch-o-matic. That top link is not correct. We do have a correct Dubuque top link, although I have not went over and grabbed it yet to put it on. Drawbar shows a little bit of wear, but not a, I wouldn't call that excessive by any means. The hours it shows on the tack is, see if I can read you here through the viewfinder. 2,474, and that's not, I don't know whether to call those actual. I mean, they were actual hours at some point, but I don't know when the tack cable broke, so, or the tack just quit working. Anyhow, that's the hours it's showing on it. Needs some sheet metal. We need the rear engine panel on this one, on both sides. You know, the decals were kind of just cheap. But whoever it was that did the work on the hood and on the nose, they did a really good job. I haven't had a magnet over it, but I would imagine there might be a little bit of putty in it somewhere, but it's pretty doggone straight. Well, except for right there, we got some misalignment going on, but it's overall good and straight. And these rear tires, you know, same as the front, they're old, they're kind of weather checked and cracked up, but there's a lot of rubber on them still. There's a lot of tread left on them. So, but as far as what this one's going to do, well, I'm not sure yet. It is a I guess I should have said this in the beginning of the video, but it is a 420W. Serial number, come on, light, work with me here, please. You know what, my camera lens might be dirty. Well, I'm having trouble getting the light to play on it just right. But the serial number is 134983 on this one. Where it came from before the folks we bought it off of, I do not know. We bought this tractor in Gallia County, Ohio, down off State Route 775. I forget the name of the road Dad told me about, or Dad told me that it was on. But, fun fact, the place I work for, which is Jividen's Farm Equipment, they're a Kubota dealer, I have actually been by this tractor and I have looked at it. Just didn't really know what, I mean, I knew I was looking at a Dubuque tractor, but the hood was off of it at the time and the boom pole was on it. They actually took that off when Dad and Peg went down to pick it up today, which today is December 28th, 2021, for whatever difference that makes. But like I said, I had been by this tractor. I've seen it where it was sitting. I drove by there once, and you know, it was just one of them tractors that, you know, you drive by and you don't think a lot about. Give you a view from the operator station here. We need a center cap for the steering wheel, and I don't know if this is a factory John Deere wheel or if it has been replaced, but I tell you what, I like it. I really and truly do. Two-stage clutch that needs adjusted. Continuous running PTO. Dad says the brakes on it are really good. Really, really good. And of course, I don't know if you could still get a 420 and a 4-speed by 1958 or not, but this one's a 5-speed, as most of them were. Dual touch-o-matic, and trying to remember how this went, because when you were in single mode, when you were in single lift mode, one of these was your draft control basically, and the other was your position. When you had it in dual mode, then these acted independently, and one of these levers, let me spin around here, one of these levers worked this inner arm here. And when you had it in dual touch-o-matic mode, you took this pin out. And the reason for that, you see this is all connected, the reason for that was so that you could have split control over a set of cultivators. You could lift the front gangs with one and then lift the rear gangs with the 3-point on the other. And the way that you change from single to dual touch-o-matic, oh, if I can get down off of here, the way you change from single to dual touch-o-matic is right here. This hasn't been moved in a long time, long time. You really can't see it, but on what I'm touching right here is a plunger, and there's another one there's another plunger here. And what you do is you back this wheel off, and then you move this. You see it's kind of got a bell mouth shape right there. You move this to where it's resting over top of the plungers, and then you screw it back in, and then that changes you from single lift to dual lift on the Dual Touch-O-Matic. And there should be a decal right here that says Dual Touch-O-Matic, but it's worn away and gone. But overall, yeah, I really like the tractor. Now we have another one of these, believe it or not. We've got a 58 model 420W. I think pretty close in serial number to this one that Dad bought when I was a kid. I couldn't have been more than 6 or 7 years old when he bought it. But it doesn't look anywhere near as good as this one. It had rear end issues. That was something that kind of plagued some of these Dubuque tractors. I remember seeing a service bulletin on it, but I can't remember the exact details. But anyhow, they would shuck the ring and pinion out of them, or teeth would start chipping off, or something of that nature. And that's exactly what happened to our other 420. But we've got a whole transmission and rear end for it. It's another one of them projects that's on the docket, so to speak. But now we've got two. Got a really good deal on this one, just considering what they bring at auction nowadays. And as far as originality points, it was kind of ruined long before us when the hood got repainted and that new engine put in it. But I really think it's going to make us a nice little worker. I really do. So anyhow, I've babbled about this tractor for 12.5 minutes now. Thank you for watching. Thanks for spending a little bit of time with me here in the shop. I really appreciate it. Drop me a comment, give me a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate that too. Let's try and gain some traction here on YouTube. And I kind of doubt we're bringing more tractors home for the next video, but the next video will undoubtedly be something worth watching, or else I wouldn't shoot it. So anyhow, once again, thank you very much. Appreciate you guys. I'll see you next time.